We saw some developments in the southeast of the country. It's going to a little over a week now. Ebube was formed, and they say it has become operational by the Southeast governors, and a number of them have been on air to try and clarify, the role of Ebube, even though, people already think that there could be, some immediate challenges for for the security architecture as it currently exists, because it would seem that in the absence of them forming something, the space has been taken over by an Eastern Security Network. So the question has been, how was Ebube going to work with Eastern Security Network? Well, what are your thoughts in that regard?
It's very funny. Incidentally, I was in Umuahia when the announcement was made on formation of Ebube, and I asked, what are the structures on ground before the formation of Ebube? Is there any legal backing to Ebube? The Eastern Security Network that was formed, we all agree is illegal and cannot take charge of the security space in that area. But the governors, too, in a bid to be looked as good boys, I'm very disappointed that looking at them as, we are on the same page with federal government. What page are you on with the federal government? The page of allowing people who cannot be identified attacking military formations, attacking correctional facilities, releasing prisoners. So, you see, there should have been a legal framework before the launch of the Operation Ebube. Now that it has been formed, has it taken off? Where are the logistics?
They say it has.
Where are the logistics?
And some people will say, but that's not how it works in the Southwest.
No, in the Southwest, when the Operation Amotekun took place, the whole state government backed it up by law.
Yes, but that was after the formation.
But they provided vehicles. And you saw when they bought the vehicles, the governors all were there displayed. So there's nothing on ground now in the Southeast to support Ebube. So it's quite unfortunate. It's just like putting the cart before the horse.
What is unfortunate? The idea of Ebube?
Both the idea, the concept, and everything.
It's not what you're thinking of.
It's not. It's not.
Well, when you say state police, it's not what you quite have in mind.
No. You see, what they are trying to do is like involving community policing. But if you go to the Southeast, I can tell you, right from, I travel by road from Delta to Umuahia, right from Onitsha to Umuahia, you will not see a single police or military checkpoint. And what does that tell you? Our military forces have been awed. They have been intimidated, going out of the field because of these people. So, and what you see in various communities are vigilantes taking charge of responsibility. And you see that apart from Eastern Security Network that is now wreaking havoc, which they have denied, but I don't believe it. I believe that there are people behind it. If you go to various communities, you see vigilantes taking charge of security in that. You don't have, apart from this agitation from the Eastern Security Network, IPOB, you hardly can see any criminal activity. The people kidnapping are just normal crimes within the environment, which you cannot rule out in any given society. So we need to look critically. You recall, on the 17th of September, 2017, on this very studio, I warned on the proscription of IPOB and classifying it a terrorist organization. If you go to your archive, you see it. That if you drive these people underground, it will become difficult for government to handle. And this is exactly what we are facing now. So it's a big challenge. That was exactly how the issue of Boko Haram was also mishandled in the Northeast. So our political leaders must put this country first, because they are even creating more problems for our security agencies to operate. And you make them look ineffective, you make them look weak, some provocative statements being made by politicians which are also capable of inflaming passions and degenerating to conflict, which we are facing now.
You know, I don't even know where to start with the question because so many questions twirling in my head. But you talked about how, you know, there's no structure on the ground and no laws backing it. A number of them said, oh, we're going to be relying on vigilante network, which you already say you saw. Who knows? Maybe that's what they're referring to as being part of what, you know, is the structure that already exists on the ground. Because a number of them said, oh, in Enugu, for instance, you have forest guards.
Yes.
In Abia State, you have homeland security or something to that effect. So they already have some sort of network that already takes care of security internally in their state. What they're now saying is that we're going to leverage that to do Ebube.
How are you going to coordinate them? This thing should have been put on ground before launching the Operation Ebube. That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying, in fact, most of those vigilantes are not controlled by government. They are not paid by government. They are controlled by the various communities. And that is what security is all about. It must be localized. The problems there are local and the solutions must be localized. I'll give you an example. I'll continue to emphasize this. You bring policemen, soldiers from the northeast and deploy to the southeast. One, they don't understand the language. There's cultural difference. There is even no confidence to even volunteer information. So how do you expect to work? It's funny.